One of the best things about doing research for these shows is finding news that isn't, like, really news. Like, check this out. Yeah, it must have been a really slow day at the office. I don't know. Hey there guys, just here to remind you that I do this type of thing every weekday, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss a thing. That said, welcome to News for Noobs, a video game news show dedicated to keeping you, the fellow news gamer, caught up with everything going on in the video game wilderness as efficiently as possible. 3 news stories in 5 minutes or less? Let's get it! First up, a Nintendo Direct is making its way to our faces tomorrow, September 6th. Hot on the heels of the Smash Direct last month and then an indie showcase, seems as though Nintendo is going full speed ahead into the holiday season. There's a ton of speculation surrounding this Direct, and I, for one, am no stranger to predictions. That's why I'll be streaming the Direct tomorrow starting at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, so make sure to drop by, watch along, and freak out with me. It'll be a good time. If not, that's fine. The Direct will be starting at 3 p.m. Pacific and 6 p.m. Eastern anyways, and it'll last approximately 35 minutes. Nintendo has made sure to let us know that games from the Nintendo 3DS and Switch will both be shown, so if other Directs or anything to go off of, we can probably expect anywhere from like 5 to 10 minutes of DS content before getting into the real meat of the Direct. Not to disrespect the 3DS. I mean, like a little disrespect. Just a little. If you don't know and fear Tencent, then listen up, because you should. You really should. Tencent is the largest video game publisher in the world. They hold majority stake in some of the most prolific gaming places such as Supercell and Epic Games. That's right, Clash of Clans and Fortnite. They also have their claws in Bluehole, Activision Blizzard, and Ubisoft. They do a lot of mobile handling, and I would assume that's because that's where a lot of the cash flow comes from. Tencent is actually how a lot of companies actually get their games licensed in China. What I'm saying is that Tencent is basically the Disney of video games. That's what makes their recent partnership with Square Enix a little worrying. We don't know what the partnership entails, however. It could be speculated that the Final Fantasy mobile game could see some overseas love, or even Final Fantasy XIV. What we do know is that there's some serious money to be made, and I don't see Tencent stopping at a simple partnership. But hey, I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. There's a new studio that just got partnered with Middle-earth Enterprises. Now, if you know of Middle-earth, that means you know of Lord of the Rings, and if you know of Lord of the Rings, that means you know of Perpetual Boredom. My wife has been hounding me to try and watch these films again, but seriously, I can't get past the first half hour. It's like Snails wrote the screenplay. Well, this new studio goes by the name of Athlon Games, and they are currently in charge of making a Lord of the Rings MMO, a free-to-play one. At that, yeah. This game takes place before the events of the books and films, however, so we may see some extended lore. So maybe some more backstory on that eyeball thing with the fire. You know, Dumbledore. What? I'm making a what of myself? This game, however, is very, very early in development, so there's not a lot to show. What I think is really interesting is that Warner Games isn't attached to this project. It might not mean anything as far as their licensing goes, but I mean, I think it's interesting that they're just branching out. And that's all I have for you fine folks today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to let me know how each of these stories made you feel. Did you like the idea of a Middle-earth based MMO? What are your predictions for the Nintendo Direct? Let me know. And as always, stay perfect.